According to the Journal of Pan-African Studies, the problem of other minds arises from the difficulty, or perhaps the impossibility, of knowing whether or not moving bodies are consciousness. It is the doubtful tendency to regard other putative human beings as mindless, like self-moving automata, whose existence cannot be traced beyond the physical, thus making us eternally helpless to access the content of the mind. Good morning, my name is Savannah Peterson. Generally speaking, personality can be defined as many things, but in the field of psychology, the term represents self-identity and thought. How personality affects behaviors, however, is widely disputed even within the field. Psychologists have divided themselves into 5 sectors, at least in reference to personality. Trait theory, psychodynamic, behaviorist, biological, and humanistic. And this debate has led me to the question, to what extent does America's definition of personality affect behavior in the past century? After researching, I have concluded that how an American defines themselves can impact their behavior significantly. The first argument to this would be one of a limited mindset. The most commonly used approach to personality is trait theory. Cindeman's peer-reviewed article defines trait theory as a list of characteristics that can define someone. So a trait theorist might describe someone as loving, caring, and kind, and another person as ignorant and cruel. A study done in the peer-reviewed journal, The 5 Big Personality Traits as Insensitive Panic, found that agreeableness and neurotic personality traits are likely to affect panic buying behavior. While the study was focused solely on panic buying, the study also found that neurotic personality traits are more likely to feel nervous, anxious, and restless, while agreeable personality traits are more likely to feel in harmony with their environment. This is reflected in the panic buying behaviors, as agreeable personality traits are less likely to be swayed into panic buying, and neurotic personality traits are more likely to be swayed into panic buying. A psychodynamic approach, on the other hand, has a more overall view of personality and diagnosis of mental illnesses, rather than a list of traits that can define someone. In fact, a professor at the Faculty of Sciences and Educational Psychology states that adolescents with clear signs of emerging borderline personality disorder are often misdiagnosed with depression. This can lead to high feelings of invalidation, dropout, and lack of response to treatment, as well as an increasing threshold to seek help for psychological problems. Believing that someone has a condition, in this case depression, can lead that person to actually develop the condition, even if they didn't have it originally. This may not be a conscious decision, but happens nonetheless. Therefore, it is important to have a positive and healthy mindset when going throughout life. That said, some do not believe that this mindset or personality actually exists, which leads us to the second topic, the effects of a lack of belief in personality. Take, for example, the behaviorist. The behaviorist believes that someone's actions are influenced by the things they learn or the things they have been conditioned to do, rather than an actual personality. In a survey done by Babala Babylon, a professor at the Walla University, participants stated their opinion on the phrase, "Experience is the best and necessary educator." One participant said, "How, in such a situation, was I supposed to suppose that anybody took account of what I said? Indeed, I should have no reason to think that what I said expressed my thought." This participant, following the behaviorist approach, felt a lack of communication in their words. A lack of ability to express one's thoughts can lead to problems further down the road, subject to when others take control simply because the original person cannot explain what they want. Overall, it can lead to an inability to control life. Additionally, the College Board stimulus, The Dark Side of Resilience, details that there is no doubt that resilience is a highly useful and adaptable trait, especially in the face of traumatic events. However, when taken too far, it can make an individual overly tolerant of unprotected or counterproductive circumstances. A hyperfocus paired with an impossible goal can cause someone to have too much control of their actions. This person might take too much time off, refuse sleep, and refuse eating until this goal is achieved. What this person doesn't understand, though, is that this goal can't be achieved, which leads to unhealthy behaviors and unhealthy lifestyle. The biological approach is similar. It says that a person's behavior is made purely from their biological basis. In a peer-reviewed article founded by Gordon Knopf, it was found that different parts of the brain correlate with different parts of personality. As you can see on the chart, different parts of the brain, so sample X, C, and so on, all correlate with personality, but each one has a specific trait that it correlates with. So sample X with extroversion, sample C with conscientious, sample A with agreeableness, sample O with openness, sample E with emotionality, and sample H with honesty. If one is to argue that someone's personality is made purely from their biological basis, that would mean they would do whatever comes to mind first, effectively making their personality their instincts, which diminishes the point of a personality. While all of these approaches previously listed can lead to unhealthy behaviors, the humanistic side offers a more positive side to life, and it focuses on taking control of yourself and in turn your personality. Hence the third topic, the effects of taking control of personality. Abraham Maslow, the original founder of the humanistic approach to personality, says the artist should reach to discover the truth just as much as a scientist should, and the scientist should be pushed to be just as creative as an artist would. This pairs well with the peer-reviewed article, An Existential Humanistic View of Personality Change, Co-occurring Changes in a 10-Year Coherent Study. Looking at this chart, it's easy to see that with personality change comes a higher satisfaction in life. A change in personality includes a 7% increase in environmental mastery, a 6% increase in self-acceptance, and a 5% increase in personal growth. Some people argue that a change in personality is something to dread because it would show a loss of control in life, a loss of control in them. But, in fact, it shows the opposite. Accepting a change in yourself is a sign of mental strength. Besides, changing doesn't always mean you're changing for the worse. You can change for the better and have a better lifestyle and better behaviors. Obviously, it is clear to see that how personality has a significant impact on behavior, whether that be through convincing yourself to be something you're not, trying to reach an impossible goal, or just working on self-improvement. That said, psychologists agree that the best approach to personality is all of them combined. This leads to a healthier, holistic approach that has a better lifestyle and better personalities. Thank you.
Thank you, Savannah. I have two questions for you. First one, how did your research question evolve as you moved through the research process?
So when I first started this, I had a very specific goal in mind, and I wanted to talk about whether personality was real or not. But I was too specific, and I didn't have an argument for that, so I had to back up and go into a more overall view and all of the approaches combined rather than just one approach.
All right, and next question. How did the conclusion and questions of others advance your research?
So it's widely agreed upon, as I said in the presentation, that personality is like all of the factors combined, but I supported each of them with one piece of evidence, which kind of led me to the overall conclusion of all of them combined would lead to the best approach.
You're done.